Namaste everyone, Phoenix here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing amazing. I hope you all are wonderful. I hope you all are having a good Jupiter's day. Happy Jupiter's day. Happy abundant day, okay, for you all. I hope you all are abundant today. I just got out of a bath because I was trying to understand the energy, okay? Welcome back to Law and Order. Divine Justice Unit. Welcome back, you all. I hope these messages are liberating. These messages, these court cases, these divine cases are for liberation. They are not for you to hold on to. They are to liberate you, okay? That's not going to take away from you having to sit with the energy, right? With the emotion. It's not taken away from that. But these is clearing you from the attachments, okay? This is liberating your human, okay, from the attachments of this physical realm, right? We are, well, the Holy Spirit, the divine within you, right? Collectively, okay? Earth angels, ancestors, star ancestors are assisting with liberating you from the judgments of your human. Remember, your human is your persona. Your human is something that was given to you unlawfully, right? Your human, wow, thank you. Your human is something that you had to hold on to, right? But it's not yours, okay? And so that's what we are doing with these court cases. We are liberating you, okay, from the energy, okay? Well, it's your responsibility to liberate yourself from the energy, but your soul is speaking on your human's behalf, okay? This is the reason of this channel. Like, subscribe, share. Okay, this is for liberation. If you don't seek liberation, you seek entertainment, maybe this isn't the channel for you. Okay, when you find these videos, you will be ready for liberation, or something in this video, something I may channel through, may wake up, may click for you to know that this is something that you are transcending, right? These videos will not resonate for everyone because not everyone seeks liberation. Some people like their trauma. They like drama. Okay, some people love to dwell in it. You know, you have to leave a pig to wallow in its own filth. Okay, that is something that is being channeled through me at this time. Okay, so this channel is for liberation, okay? So this message came through this morning, and this case came through this morning, and it was stubborn, to say the least. This case was very stubborn. I had to go into full Sherlock Holmes mode in order to figure out this case, because it was being very stubborn. It was being very hidden. It was trying to play on me. And so I had to, I take a salt bath every day. It's something that I've been guided to do because I am highly sensitive. And so, yeah, that's something that I do. And if you're a highly sensitive person, I suggest you take a salt bath every day, and pay attention to the people around you. Especially if they speak a certain type of way to themselves or about others. That's going to give you a clue as to what type of energy you are embodying, okay? Especially if you're someone that has that inner talk, okay? Excuse me. So this case is regarding the inner bully, okay? So as I stated before, this was a little bit, it tried to play me, okay? But nothing could get past me. I am like the, what is it called, King Solomon of this day and age. I embody that King Solomon energy. But anyway, and that's not to toot my horn, that's to toot the archetype of King Solomon's horn. Okay, that energy, it's available to us all, right? And so how it was coming up, okay, so you know, I dream a lot of things, right? And so in the dream, it was presenting itself to me as someone is feeling like they left out in the cold, like the Five of Pentacles energy. It was presenting itself to me as if I'm trying to relay this in messages that you will understand, and not dream format, okay? Because you have to understand the symbolisms of dream, right? And so in dream format, it was showing me, ooh, I hear you. You are not mine. So this energy I'm feeling coming up is why people are subscribing to my channel and want to leave, because they're assuming that I'm asking, I want something from them or something. I don't want any fucking thing for you but your liberation. Like, you deserve that. It's like, why would you think I want something from you? The Most High within provides me with everything that I could ever need. Yes, I offer a service, but there is always an energy exchange. So with the energy exchange, you deserve some Six of Pentacles energy, right? So I address that, so let me keep going. But this energy was appearing to me like five, and that speaks for their own wounding, okay? And that's why this energy came to me in the dream. So anyway, it was a lady, well, it was three people, and it was a person standing up on this top thing, and they were eating, and these two other people didn't have nothing to eat, but they dare ask the person who had something to eat for their food, and the person standing at the top eating his food was like, don't even think about it. And so it was like two colliding energies just opposing each other. But the sense came to me was that these two people, they wanted to ask, but something inside of them was making up excuses or you know, for them not to ask, or why wouldn't they be helped, or why somebody would not help them. That was something that was coming from these two people. And then the person up on the side was just like, I worked hard for this, and this is all I got also. So it was just like two people, not like three people. The one on top, it was just like it worked hard for everything, and it was almost like it was its last. 808 on my timer. It was a feeling like it was its last, and I'm going to feed me because I don't know where my next meal come from. That's what its internal self was saying. And these two people at the bottom was saying, like, if I ask them for something, then they might not give it to me. It was just like that Five of Pentacles energy and that four and Five of Pentacles energy, right? Holding on to what appears to be your last, right? Not believing that something else can come to you, right? And so that was the energy that was coming up, right? And that's what I saw in my dream. And wow, that's crazy. That's why they got me burning this. But anyway, when I woke up, the download, I usually get quotes when I wake up, but this quote was very vague. And my cat, Raven, she woke me up. You know how cats are. They want to check on you in the morning because you be sleeping all night. And so she woke me up to where the message, it kind of was aloof to me. But I felt that was purposely, like purposeful. And so I didn't think anything of it. And so as throughout the day, I became aware of this inner, I don't know, this bully. And so I was just like, whoa, where are you coming from? Like, you know, when you heal certain things about yourself, you know it's not yours. And you know, when you come from that healing space, you're able, when you come from a space of awareness, thank you, Spirit, you are aware that energies is not yours, and you are just translating the energy, right? And so as I was translating this energy, it was just saying that how I wrote it is all those little voices that come up after you make a decision, Pay attention to what they are saying. They are automatic generated response, learns from your childhood to keep you safe. They are no longer needed. Okay, that was one of the things that I was aware about. And then I felt like the energy of being left out in the cold. Also, when you ask someone for something but not sure it's gonna come, that was another thing that was coming up. And then like when you make a decision, thank you, Spirit. When you make a decision to do something, it's like this inner bully comes up to discredit your decision, discredit you and where you are at the moment. Okay, just trying to discredit you. And then it brought my awareness to online bullies, but I didn't think anything of it going forward, right? I just allowed my day to play out. And so I kept hearing Zarathustra, but no, Friedrich Nietzsche. I was hearing Friedrich Nietzsche, thus spoke Zarathustra. And that is a book that I read. And so to me, Zarathustra was portraying someone who had a lot of knowledge and no one listened. People bullied Zarathustra in Friedrich Nietzsche's book. And so I was just like, wow, that's pretty similar to the download that I got. And so I was just, allowing the information to come in, things like that. And so something like told me to look up Friedrich Nietzsche's thus spoke Zarathustra, some of his quotes about bullying, because it felt like self-bullying, inner bullying, right? And when you have the inner bully within you, right, sometimes you can attract outside bullies, right? Especially if they trigger you, right? If a bully trigger you, then that's how you know that's something that you need to heal, right? But if a bully projects onto you and you don't feel no way about it, that's their own shit, then that person is just who that person is. They just are who they are. You move away from that person, right? You don't have to deal with it. 12 on a timer. So there is another portal here that is available to you all. I feel like this is coming from the Lyrans, if you all understand what that energy is. That is like that inner warrior energy, that energy that sits in your solar plexus chakra, that allows you to stand firm on your beliefs, stand firm on your creativity, which comes from your sacral chakra, right? And it keeps you rooted in your base chakra to who and what you are, and that your path is definitely guided, right? We don't call chosen ones are not considered chosen because we are anything special. Okay, we're chosen because we know that we agreed to be here at this time, this denseness of this realm. This is something that we chose to do before we incarnated into these physical bodies, right? And so a lot of us, all of us, right, we are all anointed to do a certain job. Okay, star seeds, light warriors, earth angels, okay, earth guardian angels, okay, earth archangels, light warriors, light workers, right? We are here to do a certain thing, right? Which everything has to do with raising Ayla vibrational frequency, right? And so that is the reason of your mission. That is something that you chose to do before you came into this physical body. So you are already anointed with a certain gift. You are already anointed with a certain calling. You are already anointed with the anointing, with the oil of the universe, right? You are already partnering, which I'm talking about your soul, right? Your soul self is already in partner with the universe, in co-creation with the universe. Your physical body is just a vessel. It carries it, right? But we came into these denser, lower realms to wipe our program, right? So to speak, right? So that we can learn our power, so that we can stand in our power, so that we can be more confident in our power, right? And so, man, Spirit, thank you for all of this. And so this is the reason, you know, a lot of us are fighting inner battles. And it's not us against the world, it's us against ourselves, right? And so this is the purpose of this channel, is to let you know that you already have the victory. Ascended Master Yeshua, Yahusha, okay, Yahushua Hamashiach, it already came here and showed you the way. It already showed you how to defeat every entity, every Pharisee, every energy, right, that could have possibly come up against Yahusha. He was, be gone from me. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, no. And so it's already, the way has already been shown, right? It's just, you know, all paths lead home. You can take the Buddha way, right? You can meditate yourself there, right? All paths lead home, but it's up to you to decide to say, okay, I accept this mission, I'm going to do it. And because you chose yourself twice, okay, you have a double mission, right? You see how that goes, because the soul is here to elevate the earth's vibrational frequency, and your human self, by you being you here and what you are, by you dissolving certain egos, right, dissolving certain personas, right, you hold that vibrational frequency too, to see other people's egos, personas, right? Your light shines very bright, and it often triggers people. Your integrity triggers people. My mom used to say that a lot about me when I was little. She said, the things that you say, like, how do you know to say those things? Like, I don't know. It just was something I would repeat back. A lot of times what I would say would get my ass beat. And that was something else that came to me, like the beatings. And this is something that I already cleared. The beatings that I used to get when I was little used to fuck me up. My stepdad, my sisters used to get my other sister to jump on me. I'm gonna tell you this, but anytime a girl outside tried to fight me, I fucked that bitch up. That's just what it was, because I wasn't getting my ass whooped by a fucking stranger, let alone I'm in the house getting my ass whooped. Like, that shit was not happening. But anyway, back to the message, right? You know, that version of me had to come out. She's still here, you know, I keep her tame, right? A little ego is healthy, okay? But anyway, as one of what was coming through, right? Nietzsche, bullying. And so one of the small man, right? Nietzsche contrasts the strong individual with the strong man, right? Who lacks strength. He describes these small people as shrewd, whose virtues have shrewd fingers, but they lack fists. For them, virtue is what makes modest and tame. Therewith have they made the wolf a dog, a man himself, man's best domesticated animal, right? And so this is you training something, right? To be a certain type of way, to be in a certain vibrational frequency. So how we was trained when we were younger, right? And so right now, Spirit is letting me know that Spirit is presenting this case to you all. It's crazy because they had me write this down yesterday. Name the case, how the energy looks in your life. Wow. It's so funny. I didn't understand why they was having me write this, but I see now, because the way this message is flowing, so beautiful. Okay. And so he talks about that, how we can domesticate something to get it to work for us. Wow. The wild wolf, the wild woman is the energy that I'm getting. If you ever read that book, please go read it. I've never read it, but for whatever reason, Spirit always gives me the inside scoop of things, to where I don't have to read it unless it's something that I really need to go see. Like, I really need to look into, because there is something that's going to tear down or disintegrate or integrate a persona or a way of being. Okay, that's the only way I read something or listen to something. Okay, and then we have one, resentment, and the will to power, right? Whew. And so, you know how we were children, right? We were one way, untamed, right? And so in order for you to live in a certain environment, you have to become tamed, right? Just like a dog, right? So some people in this day and age, they still do that, right? And the internet has made that energy so palpable now, to where people are like literally cowards bullies, right? They bully others who are artistic or who are doing things that they could never imagine of doing because they're too fearful, right? They're too ashamed. They haven't done the inner work to know that they are repeating programs, repeating patterns, repeating a outdated operating system. They're not aware of that yet, so they project that onto you, right? Even in your household, when you feel like you're doing something very unconventional, people will always project onto you, be like, what are you doing that for? I found we ain't never did it that way, because you were never meant. You were never here to do it their way. You were here to be different. You were here to break out of the mold, right? And so that's another thing that is what this energy is talking about, right? And then we have on the impulse to punish. Zarathustra advised cautions regarding those who seek to inflict pain or to punish others, right? And it said, in a passing address, the impulse to punish, Zarathustra advised distrust all in whom the impulse to punish is powerful. He characterized such people as having a bad race and lineage, which the humans and the sleuth hound peering from their faces. Now, this isn't talking about just race, right? Like skin race. This is talking about the race of your program, right? You know what they say, a race is something that categorizes a skin tone, right? But in Zarathustra time, in this particular time, he used the content of race, right, to describe a character. He used it to describe a way of viewing things, a way of not seeing things in black and white like certain races do, right? The split, right? And so that was something else that is very significant for this case. Now, I'm just pleading the case that spirit or your ancestors are presenting me with right now, okay? And so we have another one, like I was speaking about, on the resentment and the will to power, right? Some interpretations of Nietzsche's broader philosophy within Thus Spoke Zarathustra suggest that bullying weaker individuals stems from weakness and resentment rather than a strong will to power, right? So a lot of times when people bully others, it's because they see something more powerful in you and they don't see them in themselves, right? Thus, when my mom, when I was little, and she used to always say, like, you have this light, like, what are you? She's always asked me that, but she would make light of it. I didn't understand, right? And so even people when I was in school, they would always say these things, but I never felt that way because the way the energy was projected on me, it made me feel smaller, like I was doing too much. I would always be in these Broadway plays when I was a child, always into something. And my people used to be like, why are you always doing this? You always got to be doing something. And what is this for? And what is that for? And so that made me shrink myself, right? And it's only because they didn't see the beauty within themselves, right? So this is not to put anyone down. You see how the Most High, wow, gave me the dream. Oh, my Lord. Ooh, gave me the dream of seeing things from both perspectives. Like I always say, the Most High, the divine, the universe, right? It's not biased. It doesn't judge, right? It sees things from both perspectives because everything exists. Everything is divine, right? So the universe sees everything as divine, right? Because it is a part of its creation. It is a part of the universe, right? So the universe doesn't hold that against anyone, right? It's only religions, it's only people judgments that hold others accountable for their particular way of being. Okay, you don't have to hold anyone accountable for their particular way of being. You can just see it, right? And you move away from it. That doesn't mean you have to agree with it or not agree with it or disagree with it. You remain biased and remove yourself, right? Because you're only here as an observer, right? It's only an experience, right? Whew. So that is something else that's coming through, right? And then it says the will to power. A lot of people who in that energy, they don't have the will to power because it's just, Like I said, they just wasn't given that, right? This is something that I had to embody. I am almost 50, right? This is something that I had to embody over the years of after my son passed away. That boy he was 17 when he was murdered. He used to always say, Mama, you don't know who you are. Mama, you're so amazing. He used to always say that to me. He used to brag about me to people, especially when I went to the military. It just was like he saw something different in me that I didn't see in myself. And I understood when he passed away that the Most High, he and I had a soul contract. He came here to show me what unconditional love was. And the only way that I was going to refill that unconditional love was to go within and remove the layers of who I thought I was, so that I could unconditionally love myself, because that is what my soul had for me. And so a lot of times, Most High put people in your space, in your reality, for a reflection of who you are, or a blessing for you to see who and what you are, right? And so when you start looking at your life as a school of life, right? You could be seeing scarab beetles. You could be hearing, I don't know, this keep coming up, Ola. And then I feel like somebody rubbing it in my hair. So you could be hearing Ola. Rose of Jericho could be significant. That's something that keep popping up, and I'm trying to like do this. So it's funny. But anyway, so that was something that I had to find within me. I had to put the power back into me, because I never received that as a child. And so, yeah. And so over these course of 8 years, I've been on this journey, right? And so we have a genuine, strong individual. In this view, focuses on self-overcoming and challenging oneself, right? Not on targeting the vulnerable, right? See, people like us, we don't do things like that, because we can relate from a space of being the bully, being bullied, right? So we don't come from that aspect of wanting to bully anyone. We see the greater good. We see why someone is in that way. It leaves open for a space of empathy, to where you can see others. And you know, send the Master Yahusha always say, forgive them, for they know not what they do, right? Especially for you beings who embody the Christ consciousness. I embody the Christ consciousness, right? We all are here to embody that embody that Christ consciousness. That doesn't mean you're going to have, I don't like to say this because I'm still fighting with this. My human is still fighting with this. Why I can't have good days straight. That is my human still trying to attach to this is happening to me. So that's funny. See, I can spot that out. And when you can spot things out in yourself, congratulations, my boo. Okay. And so it talks about, what is this? The relevant, I can't pronounce this word. ANECDOTE, and Nasadote. I feel like the A is silent. Nicedo, I don't know. And I don't know. ANECDOTE. I'm gonna look that up, because that's gonna bother me, because I can't pronounce it. Do that happen to y'all when y'all can't pronounce something and it bothers you and then you look it up? That happens to me. And it says, from Nietzsche's sister Elizabeth Foster Nietzsche recounts an incident from his childhood. Elizabeth Foster, okay, accounts, this is the sister speaking, right? She accounts an incident from his childhood where he defends a bullied boy from others students, suggesting a personal aversion to bullying behavior. Now I'm going to see what this is, because there is a follow-up to this, and I'm going to get into the verdict. Okay, so July 10, 1846, was a sister of Nietzsche. Okay, it's just giving me a whole long story about her. Well, anyway, I'm going to put this in the description box once I, ooh, that light bright, once I go through it for you all. And so that was the energy that was coming through of the inner bully. So if you are finding that every decision you make, you have to understand who you are, where you are going back to, that's home, right? You are, when you were a child, right? Before you got your program, you flowed freely, you roamed freely, you were that wild wolf, right? Doing whatever your heart's desire and loving every inch of it, right? And when we start to question ourselves, retain ourselves, stop ourselves, especially like you've gained the common sense, right? That's hot, don't do that. Don't get in the cars with strangers, right? You know, don't stick forks in electric sockets, right? That knowledge you gain, you hold on to, right? But when it comes to you making decisions or doing something for yourself, or trying to, especially if that energy just start bubbling up and start bullying you all on its own, understand where that's coming from, right? That is coming from the inner bully, because whoever used to bully you is no longer in your life anymore. And guess what? You are doing the job for you, okay? It's like train. Someone, you know how a person like will perform, write code for a computer, right? The code has been written, right? The person can, you know, put the code on put it in a system on a motorboard, spirit ways you talking about. I don't know nothing about this stuff. Put it in a motorboard, and the computer plays that over and over again, right? They showing me like SpongeBob musical noodle. I think that was. Let me get this, who's in representation with you all, who's here with you all. Archangel Phanuel is here. Hope, optimism, new beginnings. Who has been translating me this knowledge, because you guys are amazing, okay? But this is the energy that is being presented to me. This is the case that is being presented to me, okay? So, what else? We need to elaborate on how this energy is showing up in your life and how it's affecting your life, okay? How it's stopping you from taking the steps that you need to take to further yourself, okay? How it's just in your energy for no reason. It's time for you to let it go, okay? Yeah, radical acceptance. They wanted me to take that front card for whatever reason. It's gonna come in handy. Like no more putting yourself second, especially when you're allowed, when this energy comes up, okay? They want you to just let it go. You hear it, okay? It's keeping you out of alignment with what you are here to do, divine feminine, okay? That beautiful mother energy, right? Oh my goodness. Because this is the energy I felt. That beautiful mother energy is just there, observing, watching you, right? The silence witness, just, you know, making sure you're not hurting yourself. That's how I am with my grandchildren. I allow them to be authentically them. I don't get in their way, 3303 on a timer. I don't stop them. I just allow and I witness. Now, if the noise is getting too out of hand, okay, you know, especially because I live in an apartment, you know, calm down, you do loud, right, things like that. But if I'm at their home in Nevada, it's a house. They can do whatever the heck they want to do. I don't stop them. There's no restrictions as long as I don't allow them to climb up on furniture, you know, to hurt themselves, right? I am just there silently witnessing them. I am being there, being for them what I didn't have for me as a child, right? And that's how you break generational trauma, right? I have 4 grandchildren. 2 are blood mine and 2 are not blood mine. But it's the reason we come into these little angels, okay, lives at this time. So the energy that we have that is operating on your behalf is your soul self, okay? Beloved you, radical acceptance. It wants you to accept it for who and what you are, which is the energy that resides inside of you. It's like it wants you to take a stand for it because it is trying to communicate to you. So how my soul talks to me, she speaks to me through my heart space. It is just so soft and flowing and loving, and I just be like, oh, like I melts because, oh, I don't want to cry because it's so beautiful, right? And so a lot of my messages come from there, especially if it's from my guides, my angels, my higher self also. I don't know, I think they one and the same, to be honest. The Holy Spirit, my soul self, I think they the same. I'm not going to even lie. I feel like that. I don't know, it ain't been revealed to me yet, but I don't know. I have this feeling like, I think you two are the same. One of them just exists in me, and the other one just teetering around me, just, you know, go. I don't know. That's just... Anyway, this is about radically accepting yourself, right? So this is your soul speaking, because we have the number 2. It no longer wants to be number 2, right? This is giving me the energy of Cain slaying Abel, right? I don't know why they're using these terminologies, but it's just creating a frame for you to see, right? You're being naturally you, bearing fruit, right? Your soul self bearing the fruit, offering the most high creations and things like that, right? And then you have Abel, which is your human self, or your persona, right? Just, I don't know, I forgot what he gave the most high. The energy of meats. Okay, I think he gave him meats and stuff like that. I don't know, but anyway, we're talking about your pure self. Cain represents your pure self, right? You being pure, offering that purity, creation. That is what resides inside of you, pure creation, right? And then eyes of the eagle rising above the fray. You being able to see, okay? Seeing who and what you are, knowing what you are, and allowing yourself to do exactly what it is, whatever decision you choose to do, right? This is you making a decision and just doing it, especially if it's not hurting anyone, if it's not hurting you, right? You doing it and just not even saying mean things within yourself, right? Okay, this is what this is about. You addressing that inner bully, catching it and stopping it, because it serves no more purpose within you anymore. Okay, and then we have past life guides, karmic lessons, present assistance, something you learn, you're here to learn, something that happened in the past life, right? Maybe you were the bullier, the bully in the past life, and you're here to understand what that energy feels like, right? And so now you get it. You learned the lesson, right? Lesson learned. It's time to move on, right? And we have hope, optimism, and new beginnings. And we have Archangel Phanuel here. This energy has been here a lot. Archangel Phanuel. Very handsome. You could be a very handsome young man. This energy that's coming up from this picture. Just, you're very astute, very intelligent. You're very kind, integral. You're very wise. So you could be considered a wise soul. You may be young. Okay, this is the energy that is coming through. Yeah, I can dig this energy. Okay, you good peoples. And so we have the caterpillar. We have opportunity, right? And so we miss out on opportunities, especially when you follow that good feeling in your stomach or in your heart space. And then you have that inner voice coming in to say something different. That is bullying you. Okay, these can be people in your outside reality. It may have showed up in your outside reality. And I'm going to tell you this. What's that song? Ain't nothing to cut a bitch off. You're going to get serious about your beloved self, okay? Even this could be like peaceful pursuits, happy times, relaxation, right? It's not even, man, you know how cats just chill out? You can't do that because you got this inner bully telling you to get up and do something. You should be doing this, you need to do that. No, don't listen to that. You take as many cat naps as you want, because in the naps, right, you see all these eyes? Your clairvoyant is going to be booming, right? And so we have freedom, moving on, letting go, ascended master, devoted spirits with specific intentions. Okay, that's why I was talking about ascended master Yahusha and Buddha and them. Okay, Zarathustra and all of them, because this is the energy here. They're saying that you're free. They're here offering liberation. Ascended master Yahusha already liberated you. Buddha already liberated you. They showed you that it can be done. Even though we say, oh, we don't have anybody, we don't have anyone that showed us it can get done. They showed you it can get done, okay? And you can do it because they came before us. They showed us how they did it, right? Whew. it can get done. They're like, it can get done. Okay, family tree, expansion, legacy, prosperity, abundance, and success. Okay, and this could be related to some very like, man, I feel like you in a past life, and not even just your family lineage, the abundance that you have. This could be spiritual abundance and physical abundance. Okay, something that you're here to tap into, expansion and legacy, something that your family started or that they used to do. This is something that you need to get back to doing, whoever you are, whomever you are. Okay, take what resonates, leaves what doesn't. But look at the roots. Your roots run deep. Your magic is very powerful. Okay, so whatever what they used to do, whether it's cooking, sewing, making things for children, you could have done this with your family when you were a child. They want you to get back to doing that, okay? Because you're going to be very abundant and successful in it. So that was why you got this inner bully, okay? How to spot this inner bully, how this inner bully was showing up in your life, okay? And where you are holding on to it. We talked about that, okay? Release the fear, okay? Once you catch it, I promise you it's going to go away. It happened like that for me. Once I realize it, especially when I go to make it to do something, and I will hear that, and I will be like, oh, that's what they were talking about. Archangel Gabriel or Gabriel could be significant for you all. Okay, the rosary can be significant. I don't know who the energy is. I'm feeling like tortillas and tacos, and I don't know what this is, okay? Today is Thursday. For America, for people, me, Tuesday is when we eat tacos. So I don't know what this is. There is no racial thing with me because I don't dabble in that fucking energy. That is a fucking lie. I see you as pure souls. I see everyone as this 4141 on my timer. I don't do that shit, okay? But this is the energy, okay? This is someone's relatives, ancestors. I heard deep ancestors coming through, okay? Casa, I heard. Okay, well, they want you to get busy, okay? And I heard, how is this affecting your mission, okay? You have work to do, okay? That's how this is affecting your mission. Yeah, and so I'm sorry, they want me to see what this word is, okay? It's important. That's why I felt like, wow. So let me see what this word is. A-N-E-C-O. Antidote. I knew that. Wait.
Anecdote.
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 Anecdote. I thought it said antidote. No, it's anecdote.
Anecdote.
A short, misusing, or interesting story about a real incident or a person. Example of anecdote meaning. Let's see. When I was young, I believed frogs' eggs were beads until I saw the tadpoles. Connecting childhood curiosity to her environmental work. In conversation, my uncle once fell asleep during a wedding. It was hilarious, but it taught me to really listen to the vows, someone might say. And so this could be you feeling like you're not a very interesting person, but you really are, okay? A cautionary tale. A firefighter might recount a story of a house fire started by a carelessly discarded cigarette to emphasize fire safety. You have a lot of knowledge, okay, whoever you are. And so people may dismiss it as little fables or as just talking, right? That's how they did Zarathustra when in the book Friedrich Nietzsche wrote, when he was at the market speaking two people, they were just like, get out of here. We just trying to see what's gonna happen. We just trying to barter. We just trying to watch the clowns. And they were not happy until a man riding his tricycle on the line, when he fell 444, the crowd roared with that. They were happy about seeing that, right? It's like at first, I guess he was like the crowd's gesture, and he was like the fool, quote unquote, and he was performing, and they were talking about him while he was performing. They were really mean to this performer, and Zarathustra tried to come in and talk and stuff like that, and they were just like, no. So now the attention came off the fool or the clown or whatever, or the jester, and they were bullying Zarathustra, right? And so, because Zarathustra was sharing these beautiful stories in the book, and they were just like, you know, who the fuck are you? We don't listen to your stories. Like, what makes you know all of this? Makes you know all of that? Because you're very wise. That's why I gave you the story when I was little. And I used to be like, how do you know that? Like, who told you that? And so you may be someone that have very interesting stories, okay? Look, hostilities, conflict, and unrest. Yes, this is something that you are releasing. You could be picking up. You may be picking up on this also, because people may be just projecting onto you, right? And just understand the full, the energy, okay, of this, okay? They're projecting because they see you as someone wise, someone intelligent, right? Don't hold on to this energy. It's not yours. See it as, I must be really something that these people are reflecting their shit onto me, because you have to be great in order for someone to talk shit about you, right? You ain't got no haters if you ain't popping, right? So you must be doing something right. So keep on doing it regardless of what somebody else say, because they see your light. They can't handle it, okay? Because they should be doing what you should be doing. This give me about the first video I put up about Theodore Roosevelt. He spoke about how people will put others down to make themselves appear large without having to do any work. Okay, and with a lot of online bullying that's happening nowadays, they have something they can hide behind. Okay, they can hide behind the screen and the keyboard, cyberbullying type of energy. So if you're someone who's facing that, keep doing you, keep going. Okay, you are twin flame, sacred soul partner, eternal connection. You are connected with your higher self. Okay, good for you. So whoever you are, good for you. I'm so proud of you. Okay, keep going. And allow this shit to rest. You don't have to hold it anymore. Balance, stability, stand firm, period. Okay? This is the divine verdict for you, okay? Like your strength is coming from the divine, okay? Achievements plus effort and attention, okay? The white buffalo could be very significant. This energy is divine energy that is backing you up, touching earth, planting something new, period. Because you're doing something different no one could imagine of doing. They're going to watch how you did it, and they're going to see you succeed. And then they're going to say, try to come back around to you after you have succeeded and say, oh, I believed in you the whole time. No, the F they didn't. They the ones that held the smear campaign against you, okay? You know to leave them people alone. Your intuition would already tell you, okay? Yeah. Grateful optimism, joyous views of the future. Okay, this is the energy that is going to be given to you once you release at the moment, okay? Power over difficulty, proclaiming your power. At the moment you release this energy from you, going to be very, like, it's like you can withstand anything, okay? Because this is teaching you how to stand in your power, guide, illuminated path. Your path is very guided, so pay attention. Look at the wolf. Look at the wolf. Go back to what you used to be. Okay, you're going through this portal. Remember I talked about 1212, this portal that is here. Okay, infinite mind, awakened consciousness. And you're able to tap into that because you don't have to worry about that bully energy telling you you're doing it wrong, telling you you should be meditating, telling you, you know, once you get into meditation and you have all this inner stuff coming up, you can become aware of that. This is the energy that is giving me. So I feel like your meditations are going to be deeper, right? Sacred breath and sound, like your meditations, you're going to be able to connect more with your soul self. Okay, we have the divine masculine here. Life force communication. You're going to be able to communicate with your higher self, with your sacred self. Rivers of blessing, releasing constraints. Okay, this is the verdict, the outcome. Okay, being more tenderness with yourself, with your persona. Okay, while you integrate this energy, right? You're understanding where it came from, right? Because remember, it only built up a defense mechanism, right? To help you, like, oh, I can beat up on myself, so I don't need nothing to beat up on me, right? It doesn't hurt if someone else beats up on me. But now you don't need that energy to beat up on you anymore. Let me tell you why. Because you understand that that is blocking you from your divine connection, because that is adding to controlling your baseline vibrational frequency, right? Those inner turmoil, conflict, circle, repetition, thoughts, feelings, emotions, they're all controlling your baseline vibrational frequency. Once you catch them little buggers, okay, once you change the radio, change your frequency, you're going to tune into something different. Your vibrational frequency is going to be high because you've saw where that energy kept playing out in your life, right? You understand how your baseline frequency is tuning. You understand what is tuning your baseline frequency, if that makes sense, right? So you're able to smack the hand out the way that's turning the radio station. You guys are funny. You all could be very funny, okay? Courage is here. You all could be Leo. I'm seeing a lot of cat energy. The giraffe energy is here, seeing things from a higher perspective. You guys are rising phoenixes, soul radiance, period. Because you're going, because your baseline frequency, nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. Like, you're raising your baseline frequency. And so once your baseline frequency changes, I don't know this song. Danza Kazuro. Don't know where it's coming from. I don't know. Danza Kazuro. Boo, 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 boo. I don't know where I'm hearing that. I'm hearing that. Like, don't know. Oh my God, Spirit, you're embarrassing me. But anyway, court has been, the case has been solved. Okay, you are free. You understand where this energy comes from. You are liberated. Okay, this is the court is now, what do they call it? Has been solved, right? This case has been solved. You understand where it come from. You understand why it's here. Okay. Okay, the divine rules in your favor. It's allowing you to release this energy from you, especially now that you see where it comes from. So, boom, you are now free to move around the country. Okay, go take a flight if you can. Go on vacation if you can. Go on that yacht, because I'm seeing that video when he was on the yacht with them pretty girls. Like, get you some nice aviator glasses, okay, and have you a Mai Tai or a margarita or a pina colada or whatever, and just relax yourself because you deserve it, okay? Especially if you never had a chance to do that, you deserve that. And so I love this elevation for you all. This looks good on you, okay? So namaste. I'm grateful for you all being here. If you know someone that needs this type of information, I love you. I heard stop and smell the roses. I don't know why. I heard stop and smell the roses. So I love you all so much. Take care. Bye.